Hello and welcome back to ThreeFlowing, the show where anything can happen, and the aim is to entertain, educate, and inspire. I am joined, as always, by my co-host on the left.
Hey there, guys. I'm Lane Hayes. Good to see you.
Yeah, and on the right we have...
I'm Ethan, also known as the Brazilian Guru, as you probably already know. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, and I'm Daniel. And today we have a very special guest. He drove out a long way to see us, and we're very happy to have him here.
Glad to have
He
you.
is something of a political expert, a former political coordinator for the Trump
You
campaign.
didn't say a political guru.
Political guru.
Dresses like a rock star, fashion.
Like
I'm
a
telling
rock
you, he's
star.
got it all.
High fashion,
Thank
stylish
you.
glasses. He's got it all, basically. And also a former truck driver. And I got to know him well because we worked on the same campaign together. And we're happy to have you on today, Makai Richardson.
Glad to be here, y'all.
Yeah. So how you doing, Makai?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just living life.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Just chilling?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You celebrated a birthday recently. I know that.
I did,
That
yeah.
was pretty nice.
This past April, yeah.
Oh, nice. What day in April?
April 22nd.
Okay, I'm April 10th. So.
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
Wow.
April, okay.
Yeah.
Got some April
I
babies.
knew I liked you. You
Yeah,
get it early.
you
All
already
right.
And speaking of birthdays, today is the birthday of our president, Donald Trump. And
Yes.
so we'd like to
Absolutely.
wish President Trump happy birthday if you're
Happy
seeing
birthday.
this.
Yeah, happy
you know.
birthday, Daddy Trump.
birthday.
We'd love to have you on the show. Come out to ThreeFlowing. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a big day. Flag Day too.
It's Flag
We're
Day,
filming.
and it's the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. So,
Absolutely.
Really?
Shout out to the Armed Forces.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's
definitely.
funny. I was telling you guys, it's kind of like a synchronicity. We didn't plan on doing this episode, like a MAGA episode, but it just
Right.
ended up on Daddy Trump's birthday, 250th anniversary of the Army, and then whatever the
Flag Day.
Flag Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We also have a nice little ambient rain behind us too, if you can see. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we
a
got
little
some
ASMR, yeah.
Yeah.
enjoy. It's a tropical day.
storms or whatever.
Yeah, we got the coconuts out here too, the pineapple. But anyway, Makai, I guess getting into it. Who is Makai? Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name's Mekai. I'm 24 years old. I've worked for the Trump campaign for the past, I think, 6 months. Well, prior to last November. There's not really much to really say about myself other than the fact that I'm just here. Honestly, I'm just vibing. I'm very actively involved politically. I just have a very active friend group. I'm pretty chill with everybody I meet, but so far as I'm concerned, I'm just vibing, honestly. I mean,
Gotcha.
not really much to bring myself. I mean,
Just vibing. Oh.
Just to
you
get
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
to know a bit more about you.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do for hobbies? You know.
so what I do for hobby, so I haven't done this in a while, but I'm actually a simulator pilot. So what I
Really?
do, yeah.
Wow.
So I usually stick with commercial jets. So when it comes to commercial jets, usually I have the most hours on the Boeing 737, so I usually just fly that. In X-Plane 11 or maybe X-Plane 12. If I'm not doing simulators, if I'm not flying in simulators, I usually like to do storm chasing. That's something I've always
Wow.
wanted
No
to get
way.
into.
No
Storm
way.
chasing, yes.
Well, look here. You know.
We
It's
found
just
one.
a simple
We found
storm.
one.
It's nothing serious.
A storm.
It's nothing serious, but yeah, storm chasing, that's an interesting hobby of mine. I've always been very interested in that since I was a kid, you know, back in, I'd say, been on it since about 2007.
Have you seen the movie Twister? That's basically what
Yes.
it's
I was
about.
about to say.
Yes, and speaking of Twister, are you guys familiar with the show Storm Chasers?
Yeah, of course.
The Discovery
I've
Channel?
watched it.
Of course,
Yes,
of course.
Of course. You know, Sean Casey, Dr. Josh Werman, Dr. Reed Timmer, you know, Dr.
Yeah.
Tim Samaras.
I don't know how they.
Soul.
I don't know how they keep their composure.
You
when
have
chasing
to.
it.
You have to in situations
guess,
like that. If
I
you
guess.
freak
Yeah.
out, if you panic, you're gonna get somebody killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you have
That's
to.
fair.
Yeah,
I have
so you to
always
have
been like just so
composure.
fascinated by like tornadoes and like tornado chasing, that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
thing. So interesting. I didn't know that about you, Makai, actually, and I've known you for a while.
Oh yeah, well, hey, I'm surprised I haven't told you that before.
Yeah, because I used to be really into meteorology. You know, we got
Wow.
you know in Peachtree City we have the National Weather Service
Yes,
too,
I'm
the
s-
regional
I'm-
ones,
I'm
which is
well
really
aware.
cool. So
Yeah.
love to have somebody from there on the show too, or a
Yeah.
storm chaser. We'll have to have you back out for that one.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
no, I'd be
interesting.
down for that 100%. The Weather Channel's also stationed in Atlanta as well.
Really?
Yeah, but if there's also one thing I'd want to see, Reed Timmer's tornado intercept vehicle, the Dominator. Have you guys seen it?
Oh, the one where like he drills into the ground. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
So
red
it
and black.
stays-
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I'd love to see that.
That's
one
so
day.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that about you.
yeah.
I love that about ThreeFlowing. You know, we always get to learn things about each other that we don't even know
Yeah.
ourselves. So
Well,
That's
you
true,
learn something
that's
new
true.
every day.
absolutely.
But yeah.
So, what made you decide to not be a meteorologist and go into politics?
You
I'd like
know, to be honest, I haven't completely ruled it out. I may go back to school to be a meteorologist.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I've
You remember, life doesn't have a rule book. You can do whatever you'd like.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So-
no one said politics had to be a lifetime
true.
gig. right? I could go to school for meteorology. I can go to flight school. I'd be a Delta pilot, right?
Yep.
I'm already trained enough with the 737.
Like
I
Mr.
Can,
Hayes over here.
My father's was a retired airline pilot.
seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know what jets did he fly on?
He started with a 727,
Seven-
then 737,
Yeah.
DC-9,
Wow.
little Airbus series, and then the big Airbus series.
Big Airbus, yeah. The jets I'd want to fly if I were to go into Delta would probably be either the 737 or the 757. But I'm so mad back in 2020, 2021, when they retired the Mad Dogs, right? So the MD-80s, MD-90s, when they retired those, so mad because that's another one of my favorite jets.
Yeah, they replaced it with a 717.
Yeah,
So-
nice. Yeah, that's the the 717 or the MD-95. Those are still in service, but it's good stuff.
This man knows a lot about aviation. I'm sure you already know, right?
Oh yeah, I've been on that. I remember back in the day, my mother used to take me to go plane spotting at LaGuardia. The time we lived in New York, and a lot of the jets and airlines that were flying then are no longer in service now. For example, Midwest, Eastern Airlines has been gone.
Yep.
Right, Northwest,
My granddaddy worked
AirTran.
at Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern.
My
was-
grandma worked at Eastern too.
I know a
for
lot of
her
people who
career there,
did.
Yeah.
Right, the Eastern, 767s and L1011s. Oh my God, I wish I could see those flying again. But
So interesting. We the three of us, about a month ago, we went to the Delta Museum out there. We got to board, the 747 they have there. That was really neat.
yep, Queen of the Skies.
It's very interesting.
The 747-800, I think, is still the fastest commercial jet.
It is, believe it or not. It is, but unfortunately, I think they ceased production on the 747. I think last
They
year.
also, we don't use it over here in America, but the A340 is one of my favorites. They're ceasing production. The only ones that use it that I know of would be like Lufthansa.
Yeah.
And they're going to, retire that here soon, unfortunately.
What a shame. Yeah, I think they're just switching to the twin jets. Are
And the
more efficient.
787 and Airbus A330.
Yeah, the A350s as well. Yeah, man.
They just beat it out,
Yep.
unfortunately.
What I hate that Boeing did is that they retired their 757 program. They should not have shut it down.
Boeing has done they've not had the best decision-making skills in the past.
Whoa,
few
Oh, you
years.
think?
Hold your horses there, Boeing. Are you listening?
Oh, I thought we had the biggest Boeing defender on.
I know.
You defending their business practices? Come on now. But yeah, they have
Boeing.
they have a very questionable history.
Like my back after you drink too much coconut milk.
Like Boeing over.
Like a broken
Because
spring.
I'm throwing up.
Oh no.
right.
Oh.
We got
Okay.
some coconuts for you guys here. If you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah. It's good
Yeah.
stuff, man.
But
Yes,
that's no way to.
As
open
we
them,
always
though.
can tell from airplanes to coconuts, they go hand in hand,
You
apparently.
hear
That was
Yeah.
a great transition.
That was a great
That was a great transition.
Can producer hear that?
Okay.
Actually,
Okay. Interesting.
wow.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, well, we have the little coconut milk maracas here. But anyway, going back to,
Yeah, we got off on a tangent. My bad.
yeah, I guess going back to politics, though, I'd love to know what interested you in politics. How did you first get involved or politically active?
It's interesting. So I became politically active when I joined college, when I was in college, because I grew up in a Democratic household. I never voted Democrat, but in a Democratic household, I'd have to say in 2019, 2020 is when I had officially left the party because they were just, look, I'm going to be honest with you. They were just getting too weird. Honestly, there's really no other way I could explain it. I mean, once we started talking about how, men could get pregnant and black people couldn't be racist, I was like, hold up, pump the brakes. Wait a minute. I started disagreeing. The people I was with, they didn't like that, right? So eventually I left, but they also kind of pushed me away from the left, so to speak. But I'd have to say, of course, 2020 came about. I took a gap year after high school. I graduated in 2019. I took a gap year, right? I'm kind of glad I did because it gave me some time to get my composure back, right? I went to college August of that year. I went in as a libertarian and as a Protestant, right? I left college as a conservative Catholic. So it's interesting because I wanted to meet other people who weren't liberal, right? And I found out we had a Turning Point chapter on campus. So I was like, okay, I'll join this, right? And our president at the time, she was super cool, right? At the time, I didn't want to show my face because I knew how conservatives are treated on campus, right? I went from hiding my face to being the chapter president for 2 years, right? And it was a very gradual transition that helped me. I served as chapter president from 2022 to I graduated in 24, and that basically opened up my network, right? I also interned for Greater Georgia, which was founded by Senator Kelly Loeffler, which now she's the head of the
The
Small
SBA,
Business
yeah.
Administration, right? So I interned for her, right? Awesome person to work with. I'd work with her again. She's incredible. Terry, all of them, worked with them again. And that actually helped me start my political career, basically, because that introduced me to Turning Point people. So graduated in May of 2024 at the Convocation Center. I'm getting on that in a sec. And I didn't really have a job. And then I got a call from someone at TPA. It's like, hey, the Trump campaign's hiring. You interested? I said, you know what? Hell yeah, dude. and I did it. So I got on with the Trump campaign. I started, I think, that June. And it's crazy because the first Trump rally I had ever attended was the one I staffed, which was at the Georgia State Convocation Center. So me in August, if I had a phone to the past to tell me where I'd be, he wouldn't believe it. I'm like, bro, you're not going to believe where you're going to be. It was crazy. That was my first Trump rally. That was the second time I saw Trump in person. The first time was when I was at, it was a Turning Point Faith.
Action Summit thing.
Yeah, a Turning Point Faith Summit in West Palm Beach. That was the first time I saw Trump in person. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I remember you took off to go down to that. That
I
was
did.
really neat.
I did. I
Yeah, you
remember.
had some video.
Oh yeah, no, it was good. That was the first time I saw him in person. I went with some friends. It was
Really
pretty cool.
It's interesting you bring up the rally. I have a lot of memories from that rally too.
yeah.
Remember how hot it was?
It was so hot. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, that lot. So remember, there's the blue. So there's the Convocation Center, right? There's the blue lot, which is a big lot, right? And then there's a whole line. Let me tell you, that was the longest line I think I've ever been in my entire life.
Makai, I heard you were on water duty one day.
I was on water duty, and then I had to be switched to line duty because that line was going back. Because I remember, I think it was one of the RFDs that said, hey, we need to get some water. I'm like, all right, say less. I went to my car. The line was getting to my car. It was passing my car. I had a whole cooler here. I'm like, what do I do? So I had to leave the cooler.
Yeah, I heard everybody was driving around you.
Everyone was, I'm like, what the heck, man? What do I do?
I heard you set the water like in the middle of the road.
Lit-
People
oh.
had like trying to, like an obstacle. They're having to go around it in this big old parking lot.
Oh my God, let me tell you, man. I was kind of sort of freaking out a little bit, but I locked in, had to use my brain, right? We had to, let me tell you, it went all the way out the blue lot, right? Down the street, there's a Publix like a few 100 feet down that way. We had to start a line down that Publix. We had to start 2 lines. And there was one up across from the Convocation Center. We had to send people over. It was a freaking mess. It was, but we handled it well. So, man, let me tell you, that was fun.
Yeah, there were people that were passing out, in the line. It was just very hot.
I remember
but
the one down
crazy.
in Macon that Daniel and I did. You were there.
I
They
was
had
there.
you and I counting the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what's the number you got? You were like, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I didn't have a number. I was like, look, it's a lot of people. Maybe, I don't know, a few hundred, maybe 1,000.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's count.
sometimes the brain just can't calculate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can't.
Just can't get it.
You can't calculate it, right? And of course, you have to have a guesstimate, right?
You start freaking out.
Yeah, I'm freaking out. Like, how do I handle these people? But you have to
Yeah.
have a certain estimate because, fire marshals and building codes and whatnot, you got to worry about all that. But it was a whole fiasco. I mean, there were so many different Trump rallies. I know the one in Macon.
Yeah.
I think there's one in.
Did I go to the one in Macon?
You
I
did.
can't
That's the
remember.
one you
There's
went to.
one
You
at
saved us
Georgia
the
Tech.
seats. Yeah.
There was.
The
I
tech
was
one.
there. And it-
Basketball arena.
That's
Yeah,
right in the
and it-
McCamish Pavilion.
Yep.
Which that's funny too, because I went to Georgia Tech, and we both got to have rallies at
What
our
a horrible
schools.
school.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I had one at my school, you had your school. And keep in mind, at the
Yeah.
time, I was living right down the street from Georgia Tech. So after the rally was over, I just, whoop.
You know
Oh,
what Georgia
nice.
Tech stands for? That GT on that wonderful ring of yours. You know what it stands for?
What does it stand for?
Stands for Go Tigers.
The Tigers.
Wow. Damn.
This is stupid.
From the,
no.
Coming from a Clemson fan,
Yeah,
of
I
course
wanna
that's what
catch
you
here.
think.
Go
yeah.
Tigers.
Are we allowed?
I mean, I'll catch it.
Hey.
That's got some weight to it.
Yeah.
He brought these in today, and I'm like, what do you got fake coconuts for? They're not fake.
Nope.
And I remember the
real.
rally we had at Gas South Arena. That one was
Yeah.
nice. What was the last one we were at? It was in November.
It was.
Was that
it was
Gat-
the Macon one.
Oh, that
It was like
Macon.
2 days before. I remember. You know what I remember from that day?
Yeah.
I remember they had that big flag hanging from the cranes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Flag Day.
I took a photo of that. Oh, I
Yeah.
posted
And, like,
that. Yeah.
The sunset behind the flag as the anthem was going, it was just one of the most beautiful
So
things I had
beautiful.
seen. It was a touching moment,
Yeah,
That was.
I
I
took
remember
a,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I took a photo of that. And I think
Sunset, the flag.
yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, too, just because, President Trump, we could talk about this, but he was The assassination attempt happened, the day that we were
I don't know
opening an
what to do with
office
this.
in Athens.
And I remember that.
But anyway, I say that because I remember there at the Macon rally, there was a big mall there, and I was thinking, I hope they got that roof secured.
Yeah.
I hope
because-
so.
We were both talking to each other. I said, "You hear something? We dropped down." I was gonna jump on top of this man if anything happened.
Yeah, no, you got to snap into action because
I was in total daddy mode at that point.
valid, because at that point, no mistakes, no chances, no none of that. You got to be on your A game.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Man.
100%.
Appreciate you.
Because I remember, because we had gotten home, because remember, I had just gotten home from the Athens event. And I get a text from mom saying that Trump got shot. So I'm thinking, oh, like my heart sank. And I saw the footage, right? And I was just like, so there were so many things coming through my head at that point,
Yeah, same
right?
here, man.
And it was just like, I just sank in my couch just for a minute while I was watching it. But then, when he got up, the Secret Service had him,
Yeah, they were surrounded him.
They were surrounding him. They were not letting anything happen. Now, they did mess up that day.
Of course.
Big time. Never let that happen again because they really,
Right.
they messed up. But
Did they mess up, or
it-
was it on purpose? You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows?
who knows?
I don't know. It was, that was just a scary time.
It was a very
know,
scary day.
An elaborate way to get an ear piercing, I'd say. But
Yeah, I mean, whoa, hold on.
Somebody put an image of Daddy Trump with a ear piercing in him.
So
All
like
right,
a
y'all
gauge.
seeing that right now? Yeah, you're looking at it.
Oh.
Maybe 1, 2, 3 images right now. All right, come back. Okay, we good.
And
Interesting.
it's interesting. Out of a tragedy, we got like the hardest photo of all time.
Oh,
Fist
yeah.
up, U.S. flag,
The flag
in the back. I'm
background.
like, hell yeah.
And I mean,
dude.
whether
Oh
you're
my
political
God.
or not, whether you hate him or love him or whatever, whether you like his hair or, it's pretty cool.
The pick goes hard. No, not gonna
Yeah.
lie, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't be shooting at presidential candidates, elected
we
officials.
gotta
That's
behave
just-
better in this country.
Yes.
for
Of
real.
course, bring some civility because once you start
was-
shooting politicians, we're not coming back from that.
Right. It was just such a tragedy, and I would have been just as upset if it had happened to the Democrats or anyone else like that. you
Right.
know.
Like if it was Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, I wouldn't be cheering.
We
That's
got to
just-
bring civility,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
yeah.
When they announced that President Biden had cancer, I was really upset about that. I wish him well.
Yeah. Actually, I prayed a rosary for him actually when I found out about that. That's not
Nice.
Yeah, man. Just pray for President Biden. Pray for his health because that's not prostate cancer. Actually, took my great grandfather, and my grandfather is a cancer survivor. He survived prostate cancer. Thankfully, he's in remission.
Wow.
But
It's good.
Usually you don't survive that, right? Like, isn't the
it
survival rate
depends.
low?
It depends.
They catch it early, right?
If they catch it early,
Yeah.
it's good. But once it's stage 4 and once it starts metastasizing to other organs, that's when it's never a good sign.
But I also wonder, how did they not catch it sooner? With the president's diagnosis, 'Cause,
Well,
they
I
would
thought
have.
they knew about it. That's what I heard.
They must have known it.
They must have known
just
about
not
it.
Said
There's-
anything.
Yeah, there's no way they'd have the president just go
Because they
untreated.
said they did blood tests on him, I heard, and they would have known from certain markers on the blood tests.
of course.
So
Probably.
That's what I don't know. I don't really watch the news much anymore.
Yeah.
I actually had a question for you. For someone like me who's less political, I would say now. I used to be a little bit more political, but what would you tell somebody, or how would you advise them or inspire them to get into politics? Because for me right now, I'm kind of out of it. I'll be honest with you. What would you tell somebody?
Here's the thing about politics. If you don't care about politics, politics will find a way to care about you. So there's really a thing that you can't really be apolitical. I mean, you can be, but at the end of the day, when you have government agents knocking on your doorstep, and you didn't do anything to stop it, it's kind of, you're also being complicit with it. And politics is not just about presidential elections. It's not about state races or house races. It's also about your local government, because where you live impacts what happens. For example, you want low taxes, tighter government regulations, better
Wait a
public
minute.
services.
Low taxes. I love high taxes. What are you talking about?
I don't.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
want to make my own
I'm
stuff.
kidding,
And
guys. I'm kidding. That's crazy.
sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see this last part. I'm gonna take the pineapple inside because it is so annoying to have to try and deal with these stupid flies. So pardon
Yeah,
me.
That's
I'll
the
tell you
guru's
about it.
fault.
So you'll take a picture of this right here, and the next time you'll see it, it'll
we'll-
be gone.
We'll snap.
Gone.
What happened? I just burped too. My bad. Sorry. The pineapple
All right,
juice
yeah.
got me.
As you were saying, Ethan.
Huh?
I think you were saying something.
Right. So I was talking about. I mean, being political. I get what you're saying about how it affects your life. undisputably.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whether you're Democrat or Republican, hopefully people believe in maintaining certain freedoms in this country, because that's how this country's done so well over the past, almost 250 years?
Just about, yeah.
So, I mean, I think I would definitely agree with that. And maybe I'll get more into politics as time goes on, but
Yeah.
it just seems, at least for me right now, there's a lot of things that have my attention more so. But that's just me. What
Me
about
too.
you guys?
You got to remember that no side's perfect, you know? Like there's obviously things that I would disagree with, you know, about traditional Republican views, but you know, that's what we all had the freedom to think for ourselves. And I think Republicans too, they like to, you know, give you that freedom to have your own opinions too.
Right. And Republicans do a better job at it
Yeah.
than Democrats,
That's
in my
why-
personal opinion.
I think
So no one can get
I think
anything through
that's
Congress.
I think that's
Exactly.
pretty obvious. I would say that's pretty. I would say that's pretty obvious, even though I'm not very political. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Sure.
Can't really deny that.
I don't know. With me, I am somewhat political. I like to take a more. For our producer today, I seem to side with him. We had a conversation about this the other day, but I just taking the middle road and you know, taking in one side's argument to the other side and compiling my own
You're good at
particular.
doing that.
Right.
You're good at taking
You know,
both sides of an argument.
I think it's unfortunate that we have such a divide. And for instance,
Agreed.
if someone has a view on this side and someone has a view on this side, there's absolutely no way that these two are going to work together cordially to come up with a solution. They always are bickering, fighting at each other, and it's very sad because disagreements are a fantastic thing. They can build a country. They can.
Yeah, you have to
You know,
learn.
it's
You
it,
learn
you
through
can
disagreements.
learn. You can find so many different solutions.
Absolutely.
And that's why I choose not to side with one with a right or not to a left.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah, well, it's never good to deal in extremes, right? Because there's a far left and there's a far right, right?
Absolutely.
And the goal is obviously to push forward political agendas, right? And the number one rule of political war is you fight to win, right? You fight to win. But the thing about it, it's kind of hard to win when you have one side over here and the other side is way over there, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you have to compromise on everything, but at the same time, you got to meet somewhere.
Sure.
It seems like it was at one point in time they had different ways of coming up to a solution. Now they're fighting each other because this side wants its solution and this side wants its solution. Whereas it should be, all right, we have these views, let's work together at
Seems
it,
pretty
and we
far
find
apart
one
now.
solution.
Yeah. You see, I'd have to say the last time I think that would be possible within our political landscape, I'd say would be during the Bush era or during the Obama era. I think would be the last time that we could actually, like, Democrats and Republicans didn't villainize each other, right? You know, 2012, I think, was the last quote-unquote normal election. Okay, and then 2016, you know, Trump came on the stage and just shook everything up, and now it's a different thing.
And speaking of that, if I could just ask you another question.
Yeah.
What do you say? Because a lot of people say Trump is a divider. You know, what would you say to those people? Like, would you agree with that, or would you disagree with that?
As a divider, it really does depend. I mean, most people are not going to see eye to eye on whatever it is Trump is doing, but I wouldn't say he's a divider. I'd say he's delivering on the mandate that he promised the people. For example, taking care of crime, immigration. Those alone were two very winning issues in 2024.
Right.
So he won. He blew it out the park when it came to that. But the problem is some people, it's not that they necessarily don't agree with what Trump is doing. They may just disagree with the way it's going about. Honestly, even with some people who voted Republican that I know of, they're still relatively supportive of him, but they don't really agree with the way he's going about certain things. So as far as the whole title divider in chief, I really think that some of the people who utter statements like that, not to be dismissive, but they're really in their feelings. I mean, the past 8 or so years has just been constant fear-mongering and propaganda of, you know, fascism or authoritarianism or dictatorship.
Oh, that's true. I can agree with that.
Right. It's just a constant thing. If he wasn't a fascist during his first term, what would make him do that in his second term? I mean, well, that's kind of some people would say that's a very naive or nearsighted or
People
narrow-minded
also
way
like
to
to
see it.
exaggerate as well.
They do, and it's just an exaggeration.
Yeah.
I think
That's
for
true.
the most
I mean,
part.
Yeah.
But then would you say, some people say Kamala's like a communist, Would you say that she is a communist or?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't say she's an outright communist.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't, outright, disparage her and just pull the commie hammer down on her. I mean, yeah, does she have policies that are way to the left of me? Sure. Things like price controls, which, artificially controls the economy. That's not good in the long term, but that's just one thing. I mean, is she far left? Yeah, but the thing about it with Kamala, she didn't really have a platform. She didn't have a platform. And even if she did have a platform, she was vice president for the past 4 years, right? So I'm supposed to vote for the vice president for the past 4 years to fix the problem that Joe and her made. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
And then the thing that they did put her in charge with, the border,
she
saw
failed
how
at that.
went.
Borders
So,
are.
Yeah. I really wish people could get to the place where they can vote more on policy and not personality.
Yeah.
Kind of throw that aside. I mean, obviously there's a sense to where we're going to, look at someone's personality, obviously. Right. But as a rule of thumb, I think if you vote on policy, a lot of times you're going to align more with the right, and sometimes with personality, you tend to be more gravitated to the left too, because they do a good job of empathy.
They do. They attract more. How do I say it? Not feelings based, because people on the right have feelings too, but they're more soft spoken is not the right word. I'm trying to find the word for it. But the left appeals to a more, dare I say it, a softer, more feminine audience, right? Versus the right appeals to a more masculine, more traditional audience, right? And I really think that helps to explain the divide, especially within our generation, right? Because young men are going further right. I mean, without the young Gen Z male vote, Trump would not have won. Versus with young women, right, they tend to skew heavily left, right? And I don't really see that trend decelerating anytime soon.
One thing that I've noticed is people like to follow the crowd in most things. So and within
Cookie cutter.
so within politics, it seems that they'll I don't want it to sound derogatory, but they'll be sheep either to maybe the right or the left or whatever party it is. like I said, I like to take some of the middle ground because you want to be the wolf,
Right.
And just figure out the policies,
Right.
make your own decision instead of just going with whatever someone else is doing. Right. It's always good to do your research before deciding who you're planning to follow, do this, that, or whatever it may be.
Right. And you don't want to be too agreeable, right? Because if you're just going along with what everyone else says, you don't have a backbone, you're going to end up regretting the person you vote for. I mean, really, like I said, you never want to deal in extremes, right? And there are two very, very major, dare I say it, mental illnesses that are plaguing both sides of the political aisle. You have Trump derangement syndrome on one side, and then you have Trump deification syndrome on the other side. Both of those are equally flawed, right? For example, Trump is not a god, right? He's not the savior of America, right? So it's very foolish.
He's not perfect.
He's not perfect. He's a man, right? It's not good to idolize men, right? Like, conversely, on the other side, right? Trump, he's not literally Hitler. He's not the devil incarnate, right? Yeah. So that's Trump.
Somewhere in between, right?
Exactly. So that's Trump derangement syndrome. So yeah.
Did you see the picture of him like in the Pope outfit?
Yeah, I saw him release.
What did you think about that?
Yeah,
as a Catholic.
Yeah, here's the thing about when I saw that, I didn't really take that too
Trump
well
was in a
personally.
Pope outfit?
It was an AI generated image of Trump and
I've seen so many-
I also didn't like that either.
I didn't
Well,
like it.
I've seen so many AI generated things of Vance
And Chris
his-
Christie
and
at
his face
McDonald's
and
with
everything.
the freaking drones.
My whole feed on Instagram is JD Vance, like
Well,
doing anything you can think of.
Oh, it's JD.
You know, it's
me.
like,
That's
well-
all I look at on Instagram.
He
Is
keeps
just,
devolving.
it's just JD Vance. My bad, guys.
Well, I didn't like it. You have to take it as face value and be like, well,
Face-
just kind of just
Yeah.
let it run off your shoulder. Just
Sure, meant as a joke.
Sure, sure.
I mean, I can't really just brush it off, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go like, I'm cutting ties with Trump over a freaking post.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
He's a troll.
didn't really find that. I found it very tasteless. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
agree.
I wasn't really for that when he posted that whole thing, and of course, but the memes about JD Vance visiting the Pope and the Pope dying shortly after that was interesting. But
I mean, look, I'll be not gonna say it. Okay.
I mean, JD Vance is Catholic himself.
He
too,
is.
So,
Roll
That's
it,
what I'm saying.
roll it,
yeah.
oh yeah, no, JD Vance is Catholic, but
But
Roll it.
what?
Roll it.
Bro,
I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it.
no, it's okay. It's all
No,
good,
no,
man.
no, no.
Okay.
All right, well.
But yeah, that was interesting. I guess before we move, because I do want to talk about your faith, I think that's very important. But before, I kind of want to dive deeper into your journey to conservatism. Maybe about like the specific, like the whys, like what about it, and then also maybe describe how people reacted in your life too.
Because you said you were raised as a
I was
liberal, right?
raised Democrat. I was raised in a Democratic household. However, historically, my family's been Republican. We've been Republicans since the 1870s. Matter of fact, my family actually survived the Hamburg massacres.
What's that?
Okay, so it was a period of political violence where this is during the Reconstruction era. So when Black Republicans were basically getting their shit together, post-slavery, right? White Democrats at the time, they didn't like that, so they were storming GOP meetings and basically cutting people down, cutting Republicans down. Now, my ancestor, Thomas Merida, he was there. He escaped it, thankfully, and it took place in Hamburg, South Carolina. Well, nowadays, it's present day, it's Augusta, Georgia.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it was basically just Democrat violence against Black Republicans. Not much has changed since then, in my opinion. But
Learn something new.
yeah, but it goes back, way back. Now, more recent, my family's 50-50. But I was raised in a mostly Democratic-ish household. But let me tell you, especially as a Black man, it hasn't been easy. Of course, because, the majority of Black folks in the community vote overwhelmingly Democratic. And I don't, because remember, I'm conservative, right? I'm a Christian. I'm not really aligned with a lot of the policies that the Democrat Party is pushing, right? I'm not with all the insanity about men can be women can be men can participate in women's sports, things like that. Of course, I'm Catholic. The Catholic Church, affirms the sanctity of life. It also affirms the sanctity of marriage as being between one man and one woman, right? And I really think recently the Republican Party's been a little soft about that, but I'm not really going to go too hard on that. But it's been, I just can't really resonate with the Democrats. So the Republican Party to me is rational. It's rational and it's consistent, at least with where I stand.
Seems
and
like it aligns with your values.
it aligns more with my values, especially as a young conservative Catholic man. I have very few, if any, reasons to vote blue.
So was it your faith that changed first, and is that what shifted your political views, or was it like the opposite?
No, it's the
Like,
opposite.
What came first?
No,
Okay.
it's the opposite. My political views changed first, then my faith.
Okay.
So like I said, when I went to college, I came in as a libertarian and as a Protestant, right? I joined a church group. It's called the, what's it called? Tag. I forgot the name of it. But it's like a small church movement, a home church movement, basically. It's pretty cool. I'm still friends with them, but I don't really attend there anymore. But and then I started looking at church history, became Lutheran, right? The whole thing, but the five solas, Scripture alone, faith alone, things like that.
I thought you said scriptural om, like om.
Scripture om.
My bad.
No, you're good. But
Just trying to meditate over here.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was looking into that, and then I had met some Catholic friends in my Turning Point chapter, and they introduced me to more Catholic friends. Most of my friends are Catholic now, which I'm actually happy for that. And then in the attempt to, at that point I was already Republican, but at that attempt to disprove Catholicism, accidentally ended up proving Catholicism correct. So in many ways you can say I'm an accidental Catholic, because in my attempt to prove Protestantism correct, I accidentally proved it wrong. Now, I had considered going to the Orthodox Church, because the Orthodox Church, I had reservations about the papacy at the time. I didn't know if it was backed by sacred tradition or sacred scripture, but it's literally in scripture. I mean, church history proves it. I mean, it's even, because remember, Jesus spoke Aramaic, right? And in one of the books, he literally renamed Simon to Peter, right? Peter means rock. And how you say rock in Aramaic is Kaifa, if I'm saying it correct. Kaifa. You are Kaifa, which means rock. And on this rock, I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. When I understood that the Bible came out of the church and not the other way around, I was like, wow, I can't really hold the sola scriptura. And once I found out that the papacy was actually backed by sacred scripture and sacred tradition, I just went to Rome. I was in RCIA. I was confirmed Easter of last year. And
Oh, you went to Rome?
No. Rejoining the Catholic Church.
Oh, okay.
Like going home to Rome is like becoming
Okay, I
Catholic.
see.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Rome though.
You gonna go there sometime?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, I'd love to
Where
go
you
to the
going?
Vatican. Huh?
Woo.
Let's go. Let's go to the
Like,
Vatican. Pope
so,
Leo.
Yeah,
Is it like a
check it out.
pilgrimage or something for Catholics to go to Rome?
It's not necessarily a pilgrimage,
Okay.
but if I can go, I'd love to.
Well,
I'd love to go to Rome too. To be fair.
I'm not Catholic, but I've been to the Vatican.
Yeah.
and
That's
it's-
beautiful.
It's,
Don't they
it's
have
fantastic.
like? Wait, is it Venice or Rome that has the rivers of dung? I can't remember.
Rivers of dung.
What?
I'm pretty sure Venice.
Venice is,
Has rivers of like water, not
Venice
dung.
is built on
It ain't Brazil, brother.
built on the river on the
Dang on it.
shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find it
Rivers of dung
interesting
in Italy.
that you felt led to dive into the scriptures like that. Like what prompted you? Was it just like something internal that said I want to look into this? Or?
That and I kept having arguments with my Catholic friends. Not really an argument, but more of like a heated discussion.
Okay.
I'm trying to prove my point. My point isn't holding up. I'm like, dang, how am I wrong? Let me look up to be right. I was like, oh shoot, I'm not right. I'm not right. Now I could have doubled down and stayed Protestant. Why the hell would I do that? that would not be. It wouldn't be rational. It would be pretty stupid. But
So it was your understanding of the scriptures that led you to change.
yeah, that was basically pushed by my Catholic friends. Like,
Yeah.
be a man, become Catholic. That was basically
Huh.
it. And I did. I mean, shoot.
Interesting.
But
Because
yeah.
I've noticed, Catholicism seems to be growing a lot. Like even in
Yeah,
the South,
it does
like
seem
a lot
like
of
it's
people that
growing.
worked with us were Catholic,
Exactly.
which was surprising to me as a Protestant myself.
Right.
But it is interesting, and because before working there, I didn't really know much about Catholicism
Mm-hmm.
at all, and I still don't know quite a lot. But it's interesting. I definitely have my disagreements with some of the doctrine things,
Of
like
course.
I think praying to the saints, that seems a bit
Okay.
unusual to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other things too, like with the hierarchy of the papacy.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, it's been interesting for me to learn about for
Definitely.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So you must have had feelings like when the Pope died, I'm sure.
Believe it or not, it's crazy because Easter was on April 20th, right? It was his last Easter Mass. Excuse me. Last Easter Mass, right? I get the news the day after that Pope Francis had died, and then I turned 24 the day after that. So it was Easter, Pope dies, birthday. It shook me like a freight train. So it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Shook me like a but
Shook you like a coconut tree.
basically, yeah.
Dropping coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I was shocked because I knew he was sick.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna die, and it was crazy because I got a text from my friend who lived in Indiana, right? Pope Francis died. I was like, so of course, we had to enter the period of sede vacante, which means that the seat is vacant. The seat of Peter is vacant. Of course, the Pope's belongings are sealed up. It's a mourning period. It's pretty bad, but it was pretty sad because I
The new
did like.
Pope came out of Illinois.
It was crazy because I was watching it happen, because the first time, to do the conclave, was black smoke. I was like, no Pope. But then shortly after that, it was white smoke. I'm like, dang, that was fast.
Yeah.
It was fast.
It was fast.
It was like
I'm
one day.
It was like a day. I'm like, oh, God, that was fast. And then, they say, Habemus Papam, right? We have a Pope, right? And then I was, watching it live, and then I heard the announcer say that the Pope was American. I'm like,
Wow.
I was
yeah.
Yeah.
over the moon. I was
First
like,
time.
yo, for the
That-
first time in history.
That shocked me.
That shocked
when they
me
said
too.
That.
First time.
I'm thinking it was going to be Cardinal
know.
Sarah
I
or
feel
Cardinal Tagle,
I know
but
this sounds crazy, but do you think it was potentially planned? Like I
you
mean,
know,
obviously it was planned.
it's
but,
crazy that
But that they're American to me, I'm like, I don't know.
my liberal grandmother
There was
actually thought of that.
Some kind of political. I mean, I know there's politics
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
but
You saw that movie Conclave?
I'm not
Yes.
trying to look.
What'd you
I'm
think
not-
about it?
Look, Vatican.
I thought
look,
it
you guys
was.
chill out
Well, I
on
only
Hulu,
saw the
okay?
first half of it. I didn't see it fully through, but it's very
Just chill
The
out.
interesting.
ending's very unusual.
Yeah,
very
I didn't see the ending. I
bizarre.
have to get back to it.
I
But
don't know how you'd feel doctrinally about how it ended. But,
wait, or just spoil it for me because I'm not gonna finish the rest of it.
well, they basically made someone that was not like a man, born a man, Pope.
Was it a woman?
It was like a biological woman that they made Pope, but nobody knew because they were like gender fluid or something like
Oh
that.
yeah. Let's just say this.
I don't mean to spoil it for
No,
you.
no, no.
but-
I thank you for spoiling. Let's just say this. in real life, that would not happen.
Right.
Let's just say that. I mean, of course, for fantasy, they just do it for shock value, probably. But yeah, in real life, I don't know, man. I don't really think that would
happen either.
Yeah, it would not happen. But
Pretty
it's very interesting though how that happened, and to find out the Pope was from Chicago, right? I mean,
I only know one guy from Chicago.
I know some of the guys we worked with on the campaign. They were from Chicago, right?
Oh yeah.
And the whole thing about Chirac.
I know some people
Chirac,
from Chicago.
Chirac-y Pope was so funny.
My Chicagans, are you listening? There's one in particular.
Chicago.
It's a girl. Hello.
Okay.
You know when I don't know what he's talking about sometimes, but like
All right.
She's there right now.
Hello, but when the Pope was made and they announced that he was from Chicago, I texted Michael.
Yeah,
and
I
was
texted
like,
him
I was like,
too.
Michael, they made you Pope. You know, it was just as a joke.
No, I texted him too. I think I texted him and Trevor. I think Adam too. But
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun, but
Catholic, but
yeah.
And then to see him with like the White Sox hat on the other day, that was
I
very
saw
interesting.
that. Oh, it was funny.
Just having like a Pope speak English now is just such a foreign concept to me.
Yes, because I'm thinking he's gonna speak Latin. I don't speak Latin, so I think Pope Leo, he's speaking, and I'm like, oh, you speak English? Okay, I don't have to know Latin, but they speak it in every single language. For example, I think the Pope was speaking today, of course, but when he was speaking, he spoke in every different language. For example, English, Latin,
Doesn't he know 7?
plenty. I mean, he speaks
Plenty.
Spanish fluently. I mean, he was a priest in Peru for like 20 years,
Okay.
so he's also technically Peruvian as well.
He's
but-
also a linguist,
yes,
fellow linguist.
yep.
I believe
Happy
most
to know
popes. I wouldn't say have to, but most of them
Oh, that makes
always
sense.
speak multiple different
Oh
languages.
yeah, I
Way to
have yet.
communicate.
Well, especially in recent days, because most popes speak multiple languages, and most of the popes in history have been Italian. So
I had actually heard it said that like a lot of people never thought there'd be an American Pope because
Neither
like,
did I.
The U.S. has such political power. They also didn't want them to have like that kind of religious influence too,
right,
which I thought was interesting.
yeah. And also speaking of what I was about to say earlier, so about the conspiracy theories about about American power and whatnot, my liberal grandmother was like, J.D. Vance meets the Pope. The Pope dies. Trump posts a photo of himself as Pope and get American Pope. Is that a coincidence? I'm like, maybe. I don't know, but.
That's a long way to go, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's a stretch. I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, I don't
anything's possible, but that's
Who
a
knows?
stretch.
Who knows what power they have? Who knows?
I don't
we're
know.
We're not in the loop.
I don't know.
Oh, and I know this is gonna digress from the Pope,
Yeah.
but with being an
Pirate.
airplane enthusiast, what do you think about the recent crash with the brand new 787?
What I think is that Boeing they're cutting too many corners, and it's costing people to lose their lives, and that's a problem. So I used to be a Boeing diehard fan. The whole
Just like Ethan.
Yeah, I used to be like, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. I used to be, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. But now I'm like,
That's really cool.
because I've never been on a 737 MAX, because the Maxes had some issues a few
Yes,
years
they
back.
did.
So imagine, I see the plane, it's a 737 MAX. I'd go up to the counter, I'd be like, hey, do you have an Airbus back there or something? They'd be like, nope, it's a 737 MAX. I'm like, okay, let me step away. I gotta go call my priest. Let me do some last rites or something, because they're cutting corners. They're cutting corners.
Well, it's
So-
interesting because it took off and
water.
it almost was completely routine, and they just almost gracefully. Hey, you said it was the most graceful crash.
It was.
You've
It was
seen.
just like they went up and then they just lost their
and they didn't just
altitude.
stall, or
It was to me, it looks like they didn't even push the nose down.
It's really sad to see.
maybe
Is
they're
it- is
off
it
train
true?
controls.
I asked my dad about it. I was like, "So what's?" It looks very interesting. He's like, "Well, maybe they instead of putting the gear up, they put the flaps up,
Yeah.
and it it just caused them to
Yeah.
sink. It wasn't an experienced crew.
Is it
and they
true that
didn't,
one person survived? and,
Yeah, I
like
think
jumped
so.
out of the plane last minute. Like there were 200 something on board, right? And like one survivor.
I think there is one survivor. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
I don't know
crazy.
how
I
he
don't know.
survived.
How do you do that?
Did
Last
he jump
minute.
out of the plane or?
I heard that he jumped out because he was sitting in I think seat 11A,
Yes.
right next to the emergency exit of the plane, And I guess he just like timed it to where it like jumped out right before it
He
hit.
timed it?
I think so.
You know, that's like some Bollywood stuff. You know, you ever seen those videos on YouTube? Y'all look that up.
That's like some Tom Cruise level
Bollywood, they
action.
It's
jump out
like
the
Mission
plane.
Impossible.
Yeah,
He's like,
he jump out the plane last
flying.
minute.
I don't mean to be
Flying to
like
the ground.
cynical or whatever. He's like
Mm.
dun 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 dun. He's like opening the door, popping out.
Yeah, but how do you not go splat? I mean, if you get at a
don't know.
certain altitude.
To be fair though, I mean, if you're in a critical situation, I feel like you'd try any. I'd try.
I mean,
anything just
you'd
to
rather
show.
die on your own will than to die unwillingly crashing. So
That's very
But then
true.
too, like that plane was headed to London from India.
A
It
lot of
was
fuel.
loaded with jet fuel. How did that explosion not like blow him up too? I don't know.
Well, the plane, some distance had some, you know.
it had some distance between
Yeah,
him and
Must
the
have been
impact
quite the
zone.
fall then.
Yeah, because it
Oh,
must
He
have been
landed
at
on a
least maybe.
rooftop or
He was
something.
walking away.
He walked away.
He walked away from that. Like there's a video
No,
of him
you
like walking
serious?
through the streets. He's got like maybe a little blood on his face, but he's basically unscathed. You know,
How the heck?
He probably just jumped
Well,
onto a roof.
could be a miracle.
I don't know.
Miracle.
It
I'd
Could have
say,
been a
you know.
miracle
He
because
probably
he
broke
could have
his
been maybe
ankle at least.
600, 500 feet. Who knows?
I don't know. I'd love. If you're watching this, please come on our show. We'd
yeah,
love to
if
have
you're
you.
like some
Yeah.
expert, I don't
But-
know.
But yeah, just watching that,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crash, it's just amazing. Everything, it just looks so routine.
I know. It's just
They have something so horrible.
I mean, all seriousness, though, my heart
Sure.
goes out to the victims.
No,
and, like,
same
It's
here.
very tragic, and I just feel terrible when stuff like this happens. Like when we were in D.C. for the inauguration.
Yeah.
1 week later, after we left, that's when the crash happened at Reagan.
And Daniel and I were talking about back in '82, Air Florida had crashed in the Potomac,
wow.
and we were discussing that, and I'm like, man, that's I hope something like that never happens again. And then
Well,
of course,
yeah.
it unfortunately did.
Well, that's
1
not
week later,
common
yeah.
1
because
week later.
Crazy.
you have to understand, DC is one of the most heavily regulated airspaces in the world. So for an accident like that to happen, it 100% has to be out of human error, or
think-
probably there could be other factors to
I think they,
take into consideration.
I
But
think they're more leaning towards the helicopter was in its wrong at the fault.
yeah, no, definitely. But
Do you think, like the administration said, do you think DEI had anything to do with it,
Mm,
or was it just more just like just anybody, any kind of error?
anybody, any kind of error? I really just think it's anyone with a lack of experience knows not to mess up that bad.
Definitely.
So yeah, and
Nobody would do that.
nobody would do that.
Yeah.
And we also have a shortage of air traffic controllers. So
The system of air traffic controlling is actually quite dated.
well, it's dated that way for a reason. So it's not hackable. Because they use old technology and floppy disks so that it's not hackable. It's the same thing with our nuclear systems.
While
right?
I understand that it's not hackable, you got to think with the increasing in just amount of traffic and obviously safety with the aviational community,
Yeah.
you'd think they'd really up it.
Well, I'd hope they're not hackable. I'd hope not.
Well, I mean,
Everything's hackable. I work in cyber, so
yeah.
Floppy disk.
anything's hackable. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like outdated because I remember they're
But-
still using like Windows 95, I think. They haven't upgraded.
I
Interesting.
don't know. You know, that's like the. How does it go? It's
Don't-
like,
dun-dun-dun-dun.
no.
No, that's XP.
Okay.
Yeah, that's XP.
Interesting.
I'm not a
I
computer
just
guy. I
remember
don't
being
know.
a 3-year-old in
Good.
preschool. They booted up those computers and had us play those little games. You know. Be like,
Oh yeah, those were the good days, man. Take me back.
Did you have a
But
typing class in school?
I had one in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to
Hated
cover
it.
the top, and you had to like type it
Yeah.
without looking.
That's something like the kids these days aren't going to know.
They're
about,
not gonna know.
Like,
I
it was
still
just
type with one finger.
Such a time.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't have time to do. Oh, you gotta use your
Yeah.
finger. This,
I
and that. You
taught
type faster.
myself-
No, you don't.
I taught myself how to type a couple years ago, and now I can.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
it's crazy. But-
Yeah.
One thing I kind of wanted to ask you about before I forget is, I know you're talking about how like you said, Pope died, then or say Easter the night before, then he passed away, and then your birthday was the next day. It sounds like you're a lot of times looking in life for like different signs and stuff and symbolism. Would you say that you believe in synchronicities or that type of thing?
To an extent, not completely. but
Okay.
to an extent, I do believe everything happens for a reason. The only thing about it is that I don't necessarily know why some things happen, but everything is revealed in due time.
Right.
The only thing that separates a conspiracy theory from the truth is time. For example, COVID, right? The whole COVID pandemic, right? About masks, right?
Oh,
the
boy.
virus.
Gear up.
The vaccine, right? All that, right? Only for, because remember, I didn't take the COVID vaccine. To this day, I don't regret it. Only for me to be vindicated years later saying, yeah, y'all were right about the whole thing. But it's too late. The damage is already done. So that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily believe every single conspiracy theory, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. So anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we could be living in a simulation, right?
we could be, to be honest. I would not rule that out. That would make a lot of
mean-
sense. That would make so much sense.
We're
as
gonna
to
start-
what
we're
bull
gonna
I
crap
don't think
has
that would
happened.
align with the Bible, but
Daniel.
otherwise,
Daniel, if we're
I
gonna
don't
start
know.
talking about conspiracies, we gotta have Ron Serling come on. You're now entering the Twilight Zone.
oh yeah, the Twilight Zone. Yeah, what's that to have like a little conspiracy session with all our guests?
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
Yeah, jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Oh, speaking of impressions,
Rough.
you wanna share?
It's
those
like reptile. The
Yeah.
reptile people, they're real.
Is that your Trump impression?
Kind of, yeah.
Let's hear it. I hear you're quite the impressionist.
Oh, I remember we used to do impressions in the office.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did impressions. I have quite the impression. It's not that good, but quite frankly, I think it's pretty good for what I got, right?
Yeah. I remember everybody in the office. You know, I'm sure they heard it so much that they were probably. a little
They heard
bit-
it so much, they probably thought I was crazy.
I know another thing too. You used to always repeat like this phrase
Oh,
from.
yes, let me tell you. Remember that whole Gambit impression we did when we were unpacking those boxes?
Oh, you
The
don't
speaking
know
of the
my
fake
name.
Cajun accent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was like, I think that was like a vocal stem for me for the past, God knows how
vocal
many weeks. I was just in the office. I'm just like, do you know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Everyone in the office probably thought I was. They're probably right, but
I remember carrying boxes
You know-
out, and I'm just walking by. You're like, oh, they're gonna know my name.
oh, they're gonna know my name today.
I'm like,
I,
what
look,
the
I got
hell?
to level with you.
Yeah.
You did that, and then I was talking to Daniel, like after the election and everything,
And
we went to Popeyes, like after talking about that. Not
Yeah.
even playing with you.
What?
And then I almost planned a trip to New Orleans. All right? Just after hearing about that.
oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
we
Gambit.
almost went there.
You gonna go to New
That's so
Orleans
funny.
still?
Yeah, I think it's on the list.
Yeah, no.
At first, I thought you might have like some kind of Cajun heritage I didn't know about, or like
No,
I didn't know what
I
that
was,
from.
I was just emulating Gambit that whole time.
Creole in you?
Some little Creole. I
Yeah.
wish I had some Creole in me. I
You want
don't.
to
but-
go hunt for gators down there?
I mean, shoot, I've had gator before. It's not bad.
We got
it's
a
pretty
contact in Louisiana now.
We do.
Near like Baton Rouge.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd go down to Louisiana. You can't understand what they're saying half the time because they talk so fast, and they
Yeah.
gotta.
Such
You know,
a different accent.
I
It's a
actually-
very
yeah.
interesting
I
accent.
have
Yeah, we gotta-
contacts in Louisiana actually through my family. I
Oh,
just
I
don't
met
really
this guy on the
talk to them that
on the.
much.
I'm gonna give him a shout out, Luke. If you're listening to this, man, he's the guy
Yeah,
down in New
shout out
Orleans.
to
So hopefully
Aunt-
we're gonna go visit him one
Shout
day.
out
and
to
we'll-
Aunt
yeah.
Erica.
Nice. I'd go down to Louisiana. The only problem
What's
is
up,
it's
Erica?
so daggone hot. See, it's like
is
remember that
hot,
time in
yes.
Valdosta,
Yeah.
right? So me, Daniel, and I
Fiji.
drove down to Valdosta. We're opening up our Valdosta field office, right? Let me tell you, the second I stepped out that car, my shirt was drenched in sweat. I'm like, from here to here, man.
Well, I just feel like it was just so human, and they're having us do all the work, like all the labor intensive work. and
Yes,
it's
man.
just
It was
ridiculous.
so-
Did we go to Valdosta?
You didn't go. Me and him
No.
went. And
Okay.
the thing was, I was drenched in sweat.
I was drenched, and the gnats,
so hot.
man.
The gnats
The
are
gnats,
ridiculous.
bro.
South Georgia, it's saving grace is it is pretty close to the coast. So you
It
can
is
get there pretty quick.
Yep.
It is.
But other than that,
Do you remember when they had? You weren't at the office.
Which office?
The Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
When we had pallets of these signs come, and it
Yeah.
was in the middle of the what was it, August,
I don't even know. Maybe.
August, September, and they had us undo all these signs in the heat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was doing that. That's
Ridiculous.
what I was doing when I was in the Gwinnett office, because the Gwinnett office kind of doubles as like a storage shed for the GOP.
The
And let me
warehouse.
tell you, pallets and pallets of yard signs, right?
Right.
Yeah, we
They're
had
the
to.
pain.
It was a pain, man. We had to load those up. Let me tell you, I had to load up all those yard signs. I had to do 4x4s, 4x8s up in that big old box truck.
Yeah.
Right.
You became very familiar with driving U-Haul trucks.
Oh yeah, man. I was so familiar with that.
Hold on, didn't you wear something too when you were?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we had to get a
Yeah. The hard hat.
The reasoning for this, I'll explain this in a sec. We
Get
had
up
to
here.
get these because because we were at a what was that, like a drop off zone or
Is it
something?
even?
It was like a
on
dump.
right?
It was like a
basically.
dump. So in order to
Yeah.
get in the dump, we had to have a
They're
vest
clearing
and
out
a
some
hard hat.
stuff and-
So I was like, all right. So I just
Yeah.
did this, and sometimes I just wear the hard hat and vest in my house, just screaming hell yeah throughout the house.
You do that?
Blue collar, I just do that. Just as a joke. That's my phone. Ignore it.
Oh.
Sorry. I like that actually.
We'll
That's
let it
good.
run its course. Yeah.
Are you
So
sure that's-
awkward.
Are you sure that's not like a lady calling you or something?
Yeah, I think.
Let me make sure.
I'll check it in a sec.
Let me see if there's a lady she's supposed to call
You can
me.
check it real quick if you want.
Yeah,
to.
I'll go check in a minute.
We can resume whenever.
Yeah, and I'll check.
No,
it in
we're
a
still rolling.
minute. All right, hold on. Let me
still
go see. It's
rolling.
probably my mom. I'll be back.
Yeah, I can edit it. To work.
She hadn't even called me yet.
All right, I'm back.
All right. I forgot where we were.
I forgot. I think we're talking about. Oh yeah, the.
I think how you like you're in your house like screaming.
Oh yeah,
about
I was in my house with a hard hat and vest, screaming, "Hell yeah, brother!" Blue collar.
It's almost like Hulk Hogan. Hell
Yeah,
brother.
just like that.
Hell
Oh
yeah, brother.
yeah. Oh, and when he came out, what was it? The RNC? Not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah, when
Oh, man.
I saw that
Let me
was
tell
the
you.
coolest thing ever.
I love me some wrestling entertainment.
Same, bro. Same. He tore the shirt. He's like, "Let Trumpmania run wild, brother." He tore his freaking shirt. I'm like, ah.
You like wrestling, so who's
yeah.
your favorite wrestler?
Probably Ric Flair or somebody recently. I don't really keep up with it. Probably between Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, I would say,
Okay.
are my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
John Cena, a lot of people like him now.
Of course.
And of course, they got the Summer Smash going on right now, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's his last year, but it was all right. I was watching it yesterday. It was kind of entertaining, but yeah.
Yeah, I know you. In addition to all the stuff you do, you lift a lot. You are about that carnivore diet a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
my diet mainly consists of steak and eggs. Yeah, bringing that into the office, that's fun.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, people used to make comments about the hard-boiled eggs or whatever.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, there's Makai again. You smell the hard-boiled eggs.
With my eggs, I'm like,
They're
yeah,
coming on.
but yeah,
But
Yeah.
that was really funny. Just about everything. I remember steak and eggs used to be like a thing that we'd always talk about.
yeah. Or what
the
I would usually
campaign.
do, I do like a beef and egg scramble, so I
Uh-huh.
can meet my protein goals basically.
Yeah.
So
No, I one time went to McDonald's, and you guys want to tell the story or me?
You go ahead.
You did it.
Go
Hey,
ahead, man.
look, I pulled up to the drive-thru and I was like, "Hey, y'all got like 7 beef patties?" So I ordered 7 beef patties from McDonald's, and they were like, "I was like, has anybody ever done this?" They said, "Well, just the
I think it
patties."
was 8.
No, it was 8.
I think it was 8.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
8
you know
beef
what?
patties.
I'm gonna do
pounds.
that.
2 pounds of beef
Yeah.
from McDonald's.
Oh shoot, I might actually
With
do
just
that.
the beef patties.
You can do that. Say like, I want to order off your a la carte menu.
Yeah, you know what? I think I did that at Burger King one time. I know this is like as a bulky meal. You're not really supposed to do fast food usually, but I went to Burger King, right? One time I got a quadruple Whopper.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's all
Quadruple.
right. That's intense.
See, I had
It
a-
is intense, I know.
Dude, I had a double fish fillet today, and that's making me feel all bloated. just
Really?
doing that. Yeah. my stomach's already protruding now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, speaking of, do any of you guys know
didn't
any
know
like
that.
professional
First.
competitive eaters?
Competitive eaters.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Matt
what about
Stoney or the
I've heard the
LABs.
name.
I know the
I've
hot dog guy.
I used to watch
Kobayashi?
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, and then there's Furious Pete. Yeah, he's pretty good
Oh,
too.
yep. I know about him.
Yeah.
But I used to watch LA Beast all the time.
LA Beast is so cool. Remember when he did the whole he literally ate every burger off the Burger King menu?
He did?
Yep.
I didn't see that.
Gotta look at that.
I saw him eat a shoe one time.
He
or something.
did?
I think so.
And I saw
It
him
was like an old shoe, I think.
wow.
Put that in the oven with some vegetables, and that thing came out all steaming. And started chowing down on the leather.
Bro ate that damn shoe.
It was real leather. It was just like cowhide.
Golly. I
cowhide.
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
How's that gonna digest?
How you're not supposed to do that. It's not
Well,
gonna
it's
digest.
cowhide. You can eat it. If it's legitimate, authentic leather.
Okay.
I never
got
thought
it.
about, never thought about eating leather before.
I've never thought
I
about
got an
eating
authentic
leather.
leather shoe. We can try it out.
What's
Never
the goal?
mind. I mean, it's probably got some fiber in it, but I don't know. It's like actually no.
Yeah.
It probably it's skin. Never mind.
I think this most recent video he ate he drank a thing of Coke that was like over 100 years old.
Ooh.
He's drinking some old Pepsi. I saw him drink the Crystal Pepsi or whatever.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
I have
20-year-old
seen
Crystal
that.
Pepsi, yeah.
That's one of the most popular ones.
No, it's very.
But shout out to LA Beast, brother. We want to have you on, man, if you're cool with it.
No, if you're ever in Georgia, we'd love to
And
have
I really
you on the
look,
podcast.
my stomach been giving me
Yeah.
some issues. So
Yeah.
you gotta give me
Love
some. Give me just take it easy on me, all right?
Yeah. Oh, remember when he ate like 50 raw eggs through a what you call it?
Oof. Like a funnel.
No, not even through a funnel. There was this big old glass boot you drink out of. He cracked 50 raw eggs through that. They
Sounds like
guzzled
something
it
he
down.
would
I'm
do.
like,
Oh, raw eggs?
raw eggs.
Ew.
Dude, I couldn't do it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's rough. Ah.
You're
Hey,
wrong.
you know Daddy Trump does
wrong.
that too, I heard.
He
likes to-
does, and he
He
eats it with
does.
ketchup.
I don't do ketchup.
I
but
like ketchup.
The thing is, I'm just so like I don't want to get a parasite, and I don't want to do anything like that.
Well, you'd be more like it's a different type of meat. You see, you'd be more likely to get a parasite if you cook chicken or pork
That's true.
raw.
That's true.
But beef is a little different.
Well, chicken's more
Yeah.
you get salmonella.
You get salmonella.
Pork is 100%.
Yeah, pork. If you have to cook pork the way through. If you don't, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get sick.
Yes.
But beef, you can be a little more.
So maybe
I've heard steaks are a little
beef
better.
tartare.
With like ground beef, I still think it's good to cook it more.
Yeah,
because,
you know,
like,
with ground beef, cook it more because it mixes the outside on the inside.
Yes.
See, it becomes a problem when the outside meat is in touch with the inside meat.
right.
That's when it becomes an issue. But if it's just outside meat, purely muscle, you're good.
I know like all the pro chefs, you know, Gordon Ramsay's gonna have an issue with me, but that's okay.
Like I don't know how to do Gordon
It's
Ramsay
raw.
impression. It's the opposite of raw. It's bam, you daggone donkey, or something. I don't know what
Idiot
he'd say.
sandwich, I think.
You freaking
You're
idiot
an
sandwich.
idiot sandwich.
What are you?
Yeah, that's another good impression.
Yeah.
What other impressions do you do, Mekai?
Oh, you got a Joe
I don't really know.
impression, right?
I just go
you do
about
the
it
Joe
with the flow,
already?
honestly. Was that?
The Joe Biden?
Oh yeah, the Joe Biden impression. You see, here we go, folks. We're you see, we beat Medicare. We had a good time. It was like an island. It's gonna glow in the dark.
Island.
We
Glow in
gotta,
the dark. Hold on.
yeah. See, this man knows what I'm talking about. It's got to glow.
Something about glowing?
Yeah, it's like it's you know the thing. You know, all men and women are created by the excuse me.
That's funny.
I don't know. He just rambles.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just
Hopefully I can
rambles.
turn this
Could,
thing off.
could you do a
it
Tim
goes-
Walz impression? I was
I
wondering.
really can't. I can
can't?
actually do a Kamala impression, but it's terrible.
Oh, we're gonna hear it.
Okay.
Here.
Well, you see about the. I need a beer bottle in my hand or something.
No, here, you have the
Yeah.
coconuts, actually.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
coconuts.
Hold up.
Yes.
Well, you see the thing. I mean, did you fall out of a coconut tree?
Oh my God.
You see, here's the thing, Joe. Okay, here's the thing, right? You see, democracy is a democracy because we live in a country.
You sound
Okay.
just like
Now about my economic plan,
pretty good,
right?
actually.
You see, I have a plan.
What is
right?
the plan?
Well, my plan is
Oh, that's good. That's
Sounds like
good.
you have a demon inside of you.
it's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, man. Oh man. I'm not about to hear that for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah, Ukraine is a little country.
Well, you see,
know?
because you see, Russia is a big country, okay, and Ukraine is a little country, okay. So we have to help Ukraine, okay. It's terrible.
You gotta wear some sunscreen.
You gotta wear the sunscreen. You don't want to burn, right?
Don't want to burn.
Yeah, they're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Do
Yeah.
remember that.
Nah, it was
Really good
fun.
stuff. I think we have our chief impressionist. You know.
I'm not
back
that
in.
good, Jesus. But
Is our Lord. Don't say the Lord's name in vain.
amen. Sorry about that. But yeah, man, it's pretty good though.
It was good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what else do we?
Well,
Well, I think we've been talking about an hour here, so I guess
we
we can
have?
kind of
been
I
about
guess
an hour,
maybe-
think.
wind down. I feel like we could talk all day about this stuff. Honestly. You
Yeah,
know,
we
this
really
is
could,
a
honestly.
really
Man,
great thing. We'll definitely have to pick it up again. Too,
Oh, yeah,
'cause,
no
like,
doubt.
there's a lot of things I'm sure the people want us to talk about
Of course.
and touch upon more. But
Of course.
do you have any like closing thoughts, Mekai? Anything that you want to tell the world?
I don't really have any closing thoughts. Just at the end of the day, with the world, just be cool, be chill, and just vibe with people who vibe with you, honestly.
I agree. If I had any closing statements, it doesn't matter about, what side of the political spectrum you're on. Doesn't matter about religion. Doesn't skin color. It's love, respect, cordiality. That just goes a long way in life. That's all. I just encourage everybody to just love everybody. That's about
Yeah.
it.
I love that. Thank you so
Love it.
much. Hunter, for
Regardless of political beliefs, regardless of everything else, treat each other with civility. Treat each other with the
Yeah.
love that God has for us.
Right.
And if we follow those things, then we'll all live, I think, pretty well with each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, I just feel like I'm having a moment here, but love is the highest virtue.
It is.
It
We
is. It
agree.
really is. Not
I'm
gonna
getting
lie, it
concerned
really
here.
is.
I know. He gets so deep in it.
Yeah.
Look,
But
I really want to show you guys how much I love you.
what I
Right
will
now.
say is, Mekai, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate you. We'd love to have you back.
Yeah, I'd love to
You know
come
that.
back. I'm glad you had me today.
And thank you to our audience for tuning in
Absolutely.
today and
Yeah,
listening to
man.
us. And we
I'm ready to
love
just
you
jump
guys.
in. I'm ready to go.
Oh boy. Oh wait. Oh boy.
Peace.
All right.
All right.
That was good, man. What the heck?
Woo. All right. Well, what a way. Well. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Alrighty.
God bless you.